Hi, I'm Madalyn Sklar. I'm the host of the Social ROI Chat, and I'm here with our awesome guest today. Please welcome Dhariana Lozano. I hope I said that
Hello.
right.
You do. You say it right every time.
Yay! How are you doing, Dhariana?
Good, good. How are you? I know we spent most of the day together, but
I know. We've been like hanging out. I interviewed you for my Twitter Smarter podcast and my mastermind group for women, helping them with
exciting.
video. We were just, and then we had like a powwow and we were talking about
Yeah,
IGTV.
I know I
So
hijacked your day, but it was fun.
it was a great time. It was like a little mini mastermind, you know?
It was, it was.
It was fun. So I love talking about IGTV. This is such a great new thing put out by Instagram. And I was so glad that you were available to come on so quickly because, this is like fire hot, new, awesome, and
Yeah.
trying to make sure everybody knows about it. So we had a really great chat today talking about it. And we're going to go through some of the questions, get your expanded thoughts. But before we do that, can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Sure. If you don't know me, I'm Dhariana Lozano. I'm a social media consultant based in New York City. I also have a social media agency, Supremacy Marketing, and I blog for darilo.com, which is my social media blog. I've been doing social media for about 8 years now, both business to business and business to consumer. So a really fun mix of different clients that I've worked with. And now I just want to start teaching people to understand social media and how they can apply it to their businesses.
That is awesome. You're doing a lot in social media. I see you all over the
Yeah,
place. You're really
good.
crushing it on Instagram. Like Instagram,
Thank
always
you.
seeing really great posts, great stories, and now IGTV. So it's like,
Yeah.
wow, there's so much we can do on Instagram now. And you were saying during the chat that there are 1 billion users now on Instagram.
Yeah, they announced, so IGTV hit, and maybe a few days after, I mean, by the time I had written the post, they had already announced that Instagram had 1 billion active users, which is a ton
Wow.
of people, like so many. And yeah, I mean, get on there. The faster you get on there, the less competition there is. I mean, 1 billion users is huge, but think back a year ago, 2 years
Yeah.
ago, there weren't that many people. So imagine how many they're going to be in 6 months, 12 months, 36 months from now. Now is the time to hop on.
The Instagram is just crushing it and
They
it's
are.
owned by Facebook. So I think it's
Right.
really no surprise that they got all the way up to 1 billion users, right?
Of course, yeah. I mean, they started going more hand in hand, but Facebook is not, I wouldn't say it's completely fading out, but Instagram is kind of like that hot new kid on the block still. And people just love sharing images. And I think it's easy to share a photo. You don't have to say anything. It can be just about the photo, like the line in the internship movie. But yeah, it's an easy platform. I think it's easy to snap a photo and post it. And I think that's what people appeal to people. And now with all these new innovative tools, there's just so many more ways to express yourself all on one platform.
Absolutely. Well, I think what we're going to do is go through some of the questions to get your
Yeah.
expanded thoughts. For those that are here live with us, if you have a question or a comment, post it below and so we can see it and address it. And if you're watching the playback, thank you for doing so. And you can still type in a question and
Yeah.
we'll be sure to keep an eye out for that. So the topic today is using IGTV video to up your marketing game. And let's start with question number 1. How does IGTV help marketers leverage video content to their audience?
Yeah, so IGTV lets you, I mentioned during the chat that it lets you create a more robust Instagram account. So it lets you dive into long form content without, needing it to be 60 minutes long, an hour. It's a little bit shorter, 10 minutes. It's pretty digestible. It lets you add more context to posts that you might already have on there. It lets you showcase yourself in a way you couldn't before. 60 seconds is really short. An Instagram story is only 15 seconds. You can go live, but some people don't feel comfortable doing that. So it just gives you another opportunity to showcase yourself, get to know your audience and just add value and just make a really more interactive account, I think, overall.
Yeah, I love that because, IG stories, 15 seconds is your max. And so I like how with IGTV, we can go beyond that and have more robust content and information. And, going back to our little powwow earlier today, we're kind of talking about ideas, and I was trying to think like, what can I do with IGTV to have some fun with it and do something consistently? Because as we know in social media, consistency is key.
Absolutely.
Right? So I'm thinking maybe once a week I'll do like maybe something like Madalyn's Twitter Smarter Insights or something, or maybe I do like a recap of the week's Twitter chat. And who knows, maybe do something with social ROI as well. So there's so much possibility with IGTV, and it's so new, right? Like now's the time to like really dig in and get known with IGTV.
Yeah, it definitely provides a lot of opportunities. And I know there's some questions coming up, so I won't give away too much right now. But there's different ways to use the tools that are available on IGTV that are different from the regular Instagram accounts. So we can kind of segue into that in a little bit.
Before we do that, I want to do a quick shout out and say hello. I see Ross is here. Ross is like the king of video. He is so awesome. Always doing lots of live streaming all over the place. And Jim is here. He says, I've shared and will spectate since I can barely spell IGTV. Well, that's okay. That's okay, right. Jim. You got it right. So all is good.
Yes.
I think for some people, they're going to be like, oh my God, another thing to do on Instagram. Right. Isn't there enough? I post pictures. I do Instagram stories. I'm trying to do Instagram live. And now we got IGTV. It's like, when's the madness going to end?
I know. I think they just want to keep you on the platform, which of course is every platform objective is just to keep you on there as long as they can. But you don't have to do all of it. If something's not working for you, drop it. It's not necessary that you do everything. Or there's smart ways to use what you already have and just kind of expand on it or repurpose it.
Right. I will say that, like, when I first turn on my phone in the morning and look to see what's going on in the world of social, I hop on Instagram first. Like I have gotten conditioned. Used to be, it was Facebook, right? Like Facebook first thing. And then it used to be Twitter. And now it's Instagram. Like I always want to see what everybody's doing. And I like visual. So it's so interesting how Instagram is really captivating everyone.
Yeah, I thought you say Twitter, Madalyn, but I guess
I know. It's like, no, don't tell anyone.
I feel like I'm the same way. It depends. Sometimes I go on Twitter just because, of course, news breaks there first. So I scroll through. But you're right about like being conditioned to check that one first, because I'm probably going to have notifications on there, or I love pictures and videos. So it's easier to kind of see what your friends are up to or what happened last night and all that fun stuff. Yeah,
exactly. That's how I feel about it. And J Met says that he gravitates to IG first. Also in the morning.
It's the morning platform.
I think, with the 1 billion users, that's what's happening.
Go. Yeah, for sure.
All right, so let's talk about question number 2. What are the benefits of filming and sharing vertical videos on IGTV?
Right. So as we all know, no one else has kind of tapped into this vertical video format. And it's interesting because we're so used to horizontal, but when we watch things on our phone, your phone is vertical and you hold it up like this. You hold it up vertically to do anything. So it doesn't disrupt, you don't have to like turn it to the side, which seems kind of silly to think about, I guess, or it's such a small detail, but it really helps you that's how people are digesting content. It's on mobile and it makes it so much easier for it to just be vertical instead of, having to squeeze it into the little box, and now your video is tiny and you're kind of like looking, or you got to flip it and the thing doesn't flip correctly, So I think this is a great vertical to hop into right now because it hasn't been touched before, and you can really kind of forge the way within your industry. So just
Right.
start creating your videos. It's the barrier to entry is very low. I think Instagram is pushing for us to create content on our phones. We have so much power in our hands. These cameras are amazing. You
Yes.
don't need a video production crew. You just need your phone, and that's enough. And, you know, don't worry about the music and the edits. And of course, if you're, like I told you earlier, Madalyn, if you're up there and you can afford it, or you have the access to create more robust videos, go for it. But don't think that it's necessary. It's really not. Just prop your phone up and hit record.
I know, totally. And like, I've invested in just like, let me show you, I've got like a couple of tripods, like these tabletop, like I love
Yeah.
Archon, and like this is like it just suction cups on your
I need
desk.
one of those.
And this thing is, it's very sturdy, and I love these. Archons are the best. So I have this one, and I have a regular small tripod that I can just carry and take on the go.
Right.
And it's great
Yeah.
because I can sit here and prop up my phone. And
I need that one.
I'll send you a link, and if you put Twitter Smarter in the coupon code, you get 20. I think it's 20% off of anything in the store because they love me. But this thing has been great because I can just be sitting at my desk and I can just put my phone on here and start recording. And I actually like the vertical because it's so much easier. It captures more of you, right? Because when it's horizontal,
not the background and all the things.
Horizontal is always weird, right? Because you're really not getting you're getting like this weird, whereas you know the vertical captures, I think, so much better. Plus, we're really in a vertical world. I mean, everybody's on their phone. Like everybody's on their phone.
I take a look in the subway, or just even walking around, or like sitting in the park, and you look around and everybody's
on their phone,
face first into their phone. And that's just the world we live in now. So we just have to adjust and go where the people are.
Exactly. I'm going to post a link to Archon here in the comments, because if anybody's interested, and this is not to do a big plug or anything, I don't get any kind of commission or anything, but put in the coupon code. It's archon.com. So it's coupon code Twitter Smarter and it's like 20% off.
I'm gonna check that out.
So
I have the Joby Gorilla pod.
Yeah. Okay. So let me tell you about that. All right. So, and there's the post right there. I linked it in there, archon.com. These guys are great. I've gotten to know them. Wonderful people. So I was all about Joby. I mean, I've got like 3 or 4 Joby, those little tripods. And the thing is about those tripods, they're not very sturdy and they break easily. And so I got introduced to Archon. What happened was I was in social media marketing world a few years ago, and everybody had Archon tripods, everyone. And I had my Joby, you know, and you could just tell by looking at it that they're sturdier and nicer. And so I ended up meeting one of the guys that works at the company, and he's just great and passionate about the company and helping people. It's not, oh, I'm going to go sell a bunch of these. Is let me show you guys how to do better video, how to do better pictures with accessories that'll help you. And I just fell in love with these because they're just so much nicer. You know,
they look nice. Yeah. My Joby just kind of gets sad, and then I have to like prop it up with extra things. And so it's worked. I mean, you know, I've not knocking it. I've used it a lot. It's worked out, but that looks way sturdier. So I feel like you always need like a mix of tools.
I totally. And this is interesting. You know, J Matt's making a great point here that recording a video in public vertically is a little bit easier and discreet, which is so true.
With that. Yeah, I didn't even think of that, but it's true. I mean,
totally true.
The people that walk around now just like talking on their phones on like iPhone on FaceTime is incredible. So I guess it is a lot more discreet to like put your phone up, because people I think are just getting used to the fact that people are walking around like this.
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, I think vertical videos are going to become more and more popular. And now that Instagram is like all in on this, it'll be interesting to see what other platforms follow suit, right?
I agree. I agree with you.
I think we're going to see this become more and more popular. Question number 3. I really like this. This is really interesting. So by 2021, mobile video will account for 78% of total mobile data traffic. How can marketers use this momentum in video creation?
There's so much you can do with video. I mean, there's a lot of products that kind of need a little bit of education before people understand how to use them or what they're for, or even with services. And videos let you do that. They let you show personality, which again attracts your tribe or attracts your target audience. People get to know you on video. It's a little bit more personal. They can see how you can use your product, or you can explain your service. And people, I feel like, are visual learners more so than just hearing or seeing once or twice. So it just lets you really expand and show your personality. And again, just show people how to use your products. And people just need to see it in action. They're like, oh, it's not that hard to use. Or, if they need to learn a little bit more about your company, or you can show your CEO, there's just so much you can do with video that you can't, that's more, I guess you can connect more in a video than you can with just a still image.
Oh, it's so true. So interesting, because earlier today I was contributing to a roundup post with my friend Dan Gingiss. And the question is, what's the one thing that marketers must do this year to stay ahead of the curve in social media? And so, of course, my response is video. Video. So I did a little research, and this is really interesting, because you know how we say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, there's a study done by Forrester, and they said that, okay, a picture is worth 1,000 words, then video is worth 1.8 million words. Wow. And so what they did was a calculation of like, okay, well, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, then how many frames per second?
That's so smart.
Times how many seconds of a video. And so they did this formulation, and it's brilliant. And I think that's why we're so drawn to video, right? Because it's so powerful.
It is. You stop scrolling when you see a video, more so than with an image, unless it's a very captivating image. The movement, I guess, just kind of stops your eyes. So
right.
This is where everything's going now.
And that's why I think I've gotten so attracted to Instagram first thing in the morning. What I do is I go to the stories. I want to go see stories of all the people I follow. Like, I'm a big fan of Pat Flynn. I just love Pat Flynn from Smart Passive Income. And he creates great Instagram stories every single day. And now he's like all in on IGTV. And I like to just see what is he posting. And then also I'm a big fan of, I don't know her whole name. Emmy, she's from that TV show called Shameless on Showtime.
I love Shameless. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Emmy, the main girl.
Yes.
She does the best Instagram stories.
Does she? I have to check it out.
Oh, you got to go check it out. So I every day she posts these great videos, and sometimes she'll just riff on something. And so what she did the other day is she did this whole thing about me. I'm like, what's she talking about? And she said that somebody said, instead of saying it's IT''S, that people, I don't know if it was a meme, she wasn't sure where this came from, but it's like me. And so she did like, this whole series of videos in her Instagram stories. And it was hilarious of her talking about this. And it just cracked me up. It's like, she's so funny, and she's an actress. So not surprised that she'll do some really fun, engaging videos. So I've just gotten this habit of like, what are they going to be talking about today? What are they going to be sharing today? It's like we're voyeurs, right?
Yeah, but people are naturally voyeuristic. I mean, I live in New York City, and people don't have blinds, and I am looking into their apartments. Like, I wonder how they have it decorated. I think it's just a natural thing for us to be curious, and now people are just inviting us into their lives, which is great. Right. I know some people get a little bit uncomfortable, but you control how much you share. And you can just let people, and I need to take my own advice when it comes to this. I need to use stories a little bit more, but people like to get to know you. They feel like they know you. It's the same reason why, tabloids sell, and you follow celebrities on Instagram. Like you said, it's interesting to see what they're doing and what they're up to. It's just part of our nature to be social. And I do the same thing you do. There's the head of fashion, Eva Chen, at Instagram. She has the most hilarious stories. She has her kids, and she does this thing where her daughter doesn't eat her lunch every day. So she says, Ren, please eat your lunch. And it's like an everyday thing. And then she posts how much her daughter ate or not. And it's always hilarious. And I don't really have kids, but I just love watching it. I think it's so entertaining. And I end up seeing a lot of people now, I go to their stories more than I go to their actual feeds, which is something we chatted about during our powwow.
Yes.
So videos are definitely just taking over, and it's easy to digest. 15 seconds, it's quick. So the same thing with IG stories. I know with IGTV, if you are a celebrity or you have a verified account, you can do up to an hour, but not everyone's really watching up to an hour. So I think 10 minutes for us normal folk is very doable and digestible. Yeah.
And from what I've seen on IGTV, it seems like videos are kind of like in the 2 to 4 minute range. I've been noticing, even though we can do up to 10 minutes, people are really trying to keep it short.
They're keeping it shorter. Yeah.
Size, because we all have short attention spans. And I actually like the stories because they're short. Right. I can just watch them really quick on the go, and it's fun. Yeah. IGTV is a little bit more investment because the videos are longer. Right. But that kind of ties into our next question. We're going to do question number 4. What are some content ideas to share exclusively on IGTV to get marketers more exposure, followers, and leads?
I love this one because I think people get nervous and they're overthinking this, but I mentioned earlier to you, again, during a powwow, that you can just take content that you're already creating. So for you bloggers out there, or people who, like me, I share a social media tip every week, or I started going live on Instagram every Friday morning to share social media happenings. You're already creating this kind of content. You can repurpose it. So, read through your blog. And if you get nervous and you're not good, or you don't feel like you're great on video, let's say you already blog, you have an outline that you can follow. Pop your blog up on your screen, prop your phone up next to your screen, and you have an outline and you can talk through it. And that's like the easiest way to create content for IGTV, is use stuff that you're already doing. I mentioned during the chat, if you have, let's say you happen to do IG stories all day, and they make sense and it's coherent, you can just download that whole story and upload it to your IGTV channel as a video, if it all makes sense and it's coherent. And you can edit that right on your phone, chop off the front end or the back end, whatever you don't need, and put it into your IGTV. You can create little webinars, again, how-to videos, recurring segments like we might be seeing from you with your Twitter Smarter recaps. And you can create a call to action. There's just so much you can do. So don't overthink it. Look at what you're already doing and think about how you can repurpose that into a video format, which I think is the easiest way to get started with IGTV.
I totally agree. I love your idea of taking something you've done, like a blog post, and having that be an outline and just talk about it, make a video of you talking point. Right. And sharing that, it's popular to do a podcast like that. I actually have done that before on my Twitter Smarter podcast. I took one of my blog posts, articles about tweeting at conferences, and I just used it as talking points because I had like bulleted items, like I think it was like top 10 tips or something like that. And I just talked about it in the episode. And so we could do the same thing on video and upload that to our IGTV. And I think that is super simple and easy, taking content we've already created, but basically putting it into a different format. We've got a written format over here. Now we're going to put it over here on IGTV in video format. Is super smart.
Yeah, it's easy. And, like I said, I do the same thing with my live show that I do every Friday on Instagram. I kind of go through my blog posts, and what ends up happening is that I kind of get like these little ideas that sneak in that I didn't necessarily cover in the blog. So don't be afraid to do that. Don't think that it'll be redundant. Some people won't get to your blog. Some people might watch your video and then check out the rest of your blog. And you might give information that you didn't cover before. So
right. But you could also, on the flip side, do exclusive content like what we talked about in the powwow today about, thinking like, what could I offer that I'm not doing anywhere else? And I think it'd be fun to have some kind of, even though I do a video after chat like this for Twitter Smarter, that maybe the next day on Friday, I do some kind of video where I share my insights, what I got out of it. I always get a lot out of it.
Yeah.
And that could
I'd
be
love
a lot
to
of
see
fun.
that. I'd watch that. I'd totally watch that. Okay. Yes.
So that would be cool. When I posted it during the social ROI chat, I got great response to that.
You did. It's a great idea.
I think I might have to try it. And
I'll
if
be watching.
Oh, thank you. And if it proves to be super successful, then maybe I will also do it for social ROI as well. So, so we'll see. We'll see. But I'm really excited about that. I think having repurposed content, but then also think about exclusive content as well, because that's something that you would have just there, nowhere else. And that would bring people over to your Instagram.
Yeah, and you can cross promote and have people check out the exclusive content. And it can be really simple. Again, a little webinar, a little how-to video, maybe have a how-to series. Just if you do something that's just on Instagram, if you're already just going live on Instagram, which I know some people do, and I do, I'll be repurposing those videos. I have to actually do it, but I have to repurpose those videos and pop them into IGTV channel. And then that becomes a resource within itself, which I think is really great for brands that are trying to build that trust with their customers.
Absolutely. We're going to do one more question, and I want to do question number 6 because I love talking about tools. So what are tools and apps marketers can use to create, edit, and share content on IGTV?
Right. So we discussed a few. I have to look at my list because I don't remember it off the top of my head because these are new tools for me too.
You mentioned InShot, and I've used that, and that is a really good app.
Yeah. So there's InShot, and there is Video Shop and Video Leap, which are 2 other ones that I was playing with. If you are not so versed in that, you can even use apps that you already use to create your Instagram stories, like Adobe Spark Post, or like I mentioned before, create a series of Instagram stories and then download that whole video and then use that. Or you can just prop your phone up and record through what you need to and put it up on your IGTV channels. So I need to do a little bit more playing around, but I really do like InShot. That's the one that I'm kind of gravitating towards.
And I'm going to post a link to the Quick app. And let me tell you guys.
That's the one that you mentioned.
Yeah, let me tell you about Quick. So Quick is an interesting app. It's for GoPros, but you don't have to have a GoPro. And I don't have one. But it was designed by the people behind GoPro. So I heard about it. I had downloaded it to my iPhone. And when IGTV first came out a few weeks ago, I thought, okay, let me create something and put it up on there. So what I did is I used the Quick app because I was looking for something that was easy to do vertical. And I wanted to do like a recap of social media marketing world because I took a bunch of pictures there and some video. So what I did, and this was so cool, when you look at the videos, if you guys go to my Instagram, go into my IGTV, I'll post the link in a minute. Actually, I can just post the link directly. I think I shared that during the chat.
Yeah, that's another good thing. You can share the links to your IGTV videos.
I love that. You have to do it in a browser, but it is so easy to do. So I'm going to post a link right now in the comments so you guys can go check it out. So if you watch this video, you're going to go, wow, she's got music. She's got all this movement. There's these great transitions.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything. Here's what I did. I opened the app. I put the pictures in. And I tap, tap, tap. Yes, this picture, couple of videos, and hit a button. And I'm telling you, this was like a couple of minutes of my life. And it created the whole thing that you see. Now, here's my big tip. Okay. On an iPhone, when you take photos, now you got to have it's an iPhone. I think it's for iPhone Plus only because I have a Plus. But they have a feature called Live. Are you familiar with Live Photos?
Yes, I am.
Maybe it's for all iPhones. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I feel like I had a 7 before, and I think I had it on the 7.
I think it depends on maybe what iOS you have.
Yeah.
But here's what I do. I have Live turned on. And what that means, for those that don't know what that means, here's what it means. Every time you take a photo, is actually taking some video, is taking 1.5 seconds before and 1.5 seconds after you snap the picture. You tap it, okay? So you actually have this 3-second, 1.5 before, 1.5 after. So when I had no idea, Dhariana, this was going to do this. When I put those pictures into Quick, into the app, it treated it as the video, as 3-second
That
videos.
is so cool.
So you see like me and Pat Flynn like posing,
That's how you
and
did
we're like
that.
moving.
Oh,
That is
cool.
how I did that.
That's
So
awesome.
photos set for live. So turn on the live feature.
Okay.
And all I did was just add those photos.
That's
The Quick
amazing.
app did all of that
Oh my
work.
gosh.
It did
I gotta
all
check
those
it out.
transitions. Yeah, go watch I just posted the link. Watch the video, and I also posted a link to Quick, and it's available for iPhones and for Androids. And I tell you what, that app was amazing. I can't get over what it did. And I also put a few videos in there as well. And I just wanted to have a really cool representation of my great time at Social Media Marketing World.
You did an amazing job.
Thank you. So there's so much you can do in the editing process. And with the Quick app, it was super, like, I didn't really do anything. The app did all the work. So some of these apps will do a lot.
Yeah,
So
of course. And
you
it's all, again, all here in the palm of your hand, not too complicated. Right. Try not to overthink it. I think people will get stuck trying to overthink this whole process, and you don't need to. Think of, again, be objective with your videos. Make sure you are creating them with intention. Know what you want your audience to do. Put that call to action in there. And then check your analytics. There's something else we talked about. So that you know what's working and what's not, and where to put your calls to action in, and see how long people are actually watching your videos. It's such a robust, it's so simple right now, and I'm sure we'll probably get more features in the future with IGTV. But right now, it's great. It's simple enough where you can hop in and just get started with it.
I agree 110%. This has been so awesome, Dhariana. I really appreciate your time today. I'm posting a link to your Twitter. I know that you are on Twitter a lot. You write articles about Twitter. That's how I first met you.
Yeah.
You write for Social Media Today, which I'm a big fan of their blog. And I've seen your articles about Twitter and Instagram over the years. You write all about social media. But you are definitely like the Instagram expert. So that's why I wanted you to come on today and share this new IGTV. So I know that you have blown the minds of everyone today with all this knowledge.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Absolutely.
I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to share the knowledge. Again, I'm here to help businesses expand and find the world of social media marketing. There's such an opportunity out there. I always tell people it's 2018, guys. It's not too late to start anything. Get out there. There's so many, a billion people. There's enough for everyone. There's enough to go around. So I just want to help people explore what they can do and follow their dreams and make them come true using social media.
I love that. I love that. We share the same principles. I think that's why, we've connected. Well, this has been so great. Thank you so much for all of this information. And we'll see you out on Twitter and Instagram and follow you everywhere.
Thank you for having me. Of course. Thank you.
Absolutely. And thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll be back again next week with another great chat. So until then, we'll see you out on Twitter.
Yeah,
bye,
get
everybody.
those videos going. Bye.